had to get out of the United States, y'all. Like, I just had to go. I was like, this cannot be life. All right, so I want to remind y'all that I've never been to Costa Rica a day in my life, okay? Never, never. Okay, so let me tell y'all how I moved to Costa Rica with 3 suitcases, 3 carry-on bags, and 2 kids. All right, boom. So we was living in Baltimore, Maryland, well, Baltimore County rather, and life just became very difficult. Okay, like after COVID, like COVID affected a lot of people in many different ways, right? So for me, it affected my business. I had a business at the time. I had a supportive housing home, which is kind of similar to an assisted living, but it's not an assisted living, a supportive housing home. So I had that. I was not working. I had a staff and everything. So I was free to do whatever I wanted to do, right? But things just became difficult. Like after that, I wasn't getting clients like that. You know, the money just wasn't flowing in the way that it was. And even when it was, it's like in America, every time you get ahead, it's like they go up on something. They go up on the gas, they go up on the bill, on the rent, they go up on water, they go up on electricity, go up on the food. It's always something, right? So anyway, so all I know is I started to like have a spiritual awakening, right? I started to see things for what they really were, like school, the government, vaccines, social security numbers, and birth certificates. I literally started to see all these things for what they were. So it's like something just started awakening in me, and I didn't know what was going on at the time. So my sister had came to visit my kids and I, and she stayed with us for like maybe like a month. Now, my sister was living in Costa Rica. So my sister told me all about her experience here in Costa Rica and how great Costa Rica is and how great the water is, how great the air is, how amazing the country is and her experience in the country. So I'm just listening to her and I'm just like, that's amazing. Like, I'm happy for her, not even thinking, you know, like outside of this box, like that I could live in Costa Rica too. So she was just telling me about her experience and I was just like, that's so amazing, right? So when she left, she came back to Costa Rica. She and I was still conversing. We were talking and I was just going through a lot at the time, like mentally, emotionally, you know, and I was just sharing my experiences with her at that time and what I was going through. And she was just like, Keisha, like, you don't have to live there. And I'm like, what you mean I don't have to live here? Like, where I'm gonna go? What am I gonna do? Like, what am I supposed to do? She was like, Keisha, like, you're choosing to stay where you are. You can create whatever life you want for yourself, right? And my children. And I'm like, really? I'm like, well, how am I gonna do that? So she's just like, Keisha, like, you can move here to Costa Rica with me. So when I tell y'all, I did not think twice about it, okay? I didn't think twice. All right, so when my sister said that I could come and we could come and we could move to Costa Rica with her, I didn't even think about it. It was just like something clicked in me and was like, Keisha, this is what you're gonna do. This is what you're doing. So I was just like, all right, Nicole, say no more, we're coming. So I'm like, I have my passport. My girls don't have their passport. So I had to get my daughter's passport. So when I tell you I went immediately to get my kids their passports, I expedited their passports. I got their passports within 2 weeks. Maybe like 3 days after receiving the passports, we were gone. So listen, all right, bam. So anyway, so I had just moved into, like a few months before we left, I had moved into a new apartment out Cockeysville. And I was paying close to like what, $1,500 for a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, right? If only you knew what you could get here in Costa Rica for $1,500. Oh my gosh, okay? You would never pay $1,500 for a place in America ever again if you see what you can get in another country for that price. But anyway, so we had moved into that apartment. And there was just all these rules that the people had, like, you can't have this, you can't hang this up, you can't have that. And I'm like, I'm paying you all this money and you sitting up here telling me what I can and can't do, like just the simplest little things. Okay, it was just crazy to me. And then when I had stuff, I walked into my apartment with stuff already broken. Let's start there. But you want $1,500, right? So then I'm putting in these orders for them to fix the stuff in my apartment, and they're taking forever and a day to do it. But they want my money though. And that's the thing about America, right? you can put in work orders all day long. Then people pick and choose when they want to come fix your stuff. But yet on the 1st or the 5th or whatever day of the month, they want their money. And if you don't give it to them, they're going to charge you a late fee, an extra $100, an extra $75, depending on where, depending on where you're staying and what their policies are or whatever. But they want more money, right? They're going to charge you if you're late, but yet you didn't put a work order in 2-3 weeks ago and they still ain't come fix your stuff. And you got to keep calling them, talking about, hey, y'all going to come and fix this? Y'all going to come and fix that? Like, are you kidding me? Doors almost falling on my kids, damn closet doors. Like, what are we doing? So I'm just like, this is crazy. I'm like, I'm giving these people all this money, and if I don't pay it, they want a late fee, but yet I'm having all these problems and they not even coming to fix it. So that was another thing that was going on. So I was just like, all right, so bam. So I told my sister, I was like, Nicole, I just moved into this apartment, right? I'm like, I just moved into this apartment. And I'm like, I just signed this lease, right? I'm like, so where am I going? I'm committed to this. And she was just like, Keisha, you don't owe nobody anything. She said, you don't owe nobody nothing. If you want to get up and go, get up and go. And you know what? She was right. All I'm going to say is I got up and left, okay? I had no loyalty to them people. We be giving these apartments and these complexes our loyalty because we signed, but yet they're not loyal to us because when we need something fixed, where they at? Half the time, where they at? They come when they feel like it. They come when they want to, okay? And then they come and they do a half job, and then it breaks all over again. And then you got to keep on putting in orders for the same goddamn thing. So it's just like, okay, so y'all don't care about me. Y'all don't care about my kids. All y'all want is my money.